This is the story of how one water leak developed into a living nightmare. Before we get into things proper, let me introduce the main players in this documentary. So, there is the insurance company, with whom our house insurance policy is with. Then they have a company underneath them, let's call them their main contractor, who are in charge of orchestrating and organising all the companies and their work. Then there's a company called Rapid Relocate, who are in charge of storing all of our stuff. You'll find out said stuff in a little bit. And then they were also in charge of finding us temporary accommodation. That's how serious this was. But they kind of sort of were so incompetent that my mum ended up taking on that role. Again, as you'll see. Because basically, from the moment we got kicked out of our house up until the present, I have vlogged it all, and you'll be seeing that. This is just a little intro to give you context. A couple other companies you need to know. There is an asbestos removing company, and there is a company which supplied dryers. And then there's also one or two other companies who did disassembly and reassembly of stuff, the names of whom I don't even know. I never found out. I'm not even sure if any of us ever found out. So, with that out of the way, let me take you back to December 2023. Now, by this point, we'd had a new bathroom for a year or two, but the floor had slowly been lifting over time. Now, we originally put it down to condensation, and so we got dehumidifiers, we had an extractor fan, and we left the window open as much as possible. But the floor continued to lift and actually crack, to the point where Dunk ended up ripping up the floor, which led to the discovery of a slow water leak from our shower. Now, we had 2 or 3 different lots of people come in to do trace and access, and I think it was only the latter of which discovered this issue. The other 2 were so incompetent that they didn't even find the issue. So straight away, that just sets the tone for this video. So anyway, we have the water leak fixed, and then someone comes in to test the concrete, which is underneath the floor in the bathroom. Said concrete turns out to be absolutely saturated from this water leak. He then goes into the hallway and the kitchen, tests both of those floors. Turned out the water had spread into those as well. So now we're faced with 3 spaces that needed drying out. And at this point, we also discovered that we were going to have to move out because our kitchen and bathroom both going to have to be disassembled in order for the drying to be able to take place. To make matters worse though, the guy that came and tested the floor for water, he also took some samples of bitumen from the Marley tiles, which came back positive for asbestos. Great, so now there was going to have to be asbestos removal involved in this process. So all of that occurred between December 2023 and May 2024. And it's in the latter when we got about 2 days' notice that suddenly we were going to have to leave our house because people were going to be coming in to disassemble our kitchen and bathroom. Great, thanks insurance company. Oh yeah, by the way, also thanks for the fact that you booked accommodation, but you booked it from the day after we were going to have to move out. Which meant my mum had to book us a Premier Inn for a night. And well, this is where the vlogging of this whole turmoil begins. Now, I will admit, it does get off to a little bit of a slow start. Please, please, please stick with it, because what we have faced is utterly ridiculous. And at the time of this video coming out, the case is still open. Hello, so having spent our last night here at the house, the coffin's all packed up. Yeah, but there was everything packed up, everything sorted, everything ready and raring to go. So yeah, so once I've had an exam this morning, yeah, once I've got that out of the way, we'll then be off to a Premier Inn tonight.
A few moments later.
People have been in to come and strip out units, or supposedly have, but as that indicates, they haven't done so with much care, and they haven't actually taken it anywhere to store it, apparently. So this is literally my first time coming in the house, by the way. Mum was here while they were actually doing stuff, but check out the bathroom first of all. Yeah. All the... Bloody hell, it stinks in here. I see what you mean. Yeah, because the other thing is, apparently they haven't covered over the hole, so all the smell from the sewage is like coming up. So yeah, so it absolutely reeks in there. That hit me straight away. That's where the oven was. As you can see again, all the units are like here, but well, they shouldn't be here. That's the point. Yeah, and then if we go into Tut dining room, we've got an oven. Yay! And a few other random bits and bobs. Yes, the people that came in to do the stripping out, I don't know what firm they were because they were in like a random white van. Yeah, but like whoever told them to come out, the company that orchestrated that company apparently didn't organise storage for all the stuff, which is why it's still here. So then hopefully they've got to try and store it before then flooring people come in, or people to remove the floor come in like Tuesday. Busty disconnected the hobs. Apparently just did, you know, was supposedly a gas engineer, but we don't know. It is bad in there, isn't it?
I've just had to spray air freshener in the bathroom, but I've actually put a bit of concrete paving over the sewer pipe.
God. You would have thought they'd cover that over.
Yeah.
Incompetent.
You just wouldn't believe my... You could make it up. I'm going to write a book, I swear.
Yeah,
I'm going to write a book. I have got so many notes on the past 4 months.
Yeah.
I really could write a book.
Wow. Really good, yeah. So you have actually now launched an official complaint now, haven't you?
There is an official complaint going through.
One of probably about 150 that we're going to have to do, because this is absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
So yeah, so based on today and the bod shops that's happened today, kind of makes you wonder, well, what are they going to do with the other stuff? I mean, we've got to have asbestos removed. That needs to be done, and it needs to be done properly and safely. The people that came and said, yes, we definitely need the units taken out in order to access all the floor, right? Apparently they said, oh, and if they bugger up your kitchen, you get a new kitchen. That just sums it up, really, doesn't it? They don't care.
Particularly confident.
No, people don't care. Yeah, all a parcel apparently.
Parcel in shed. We haven't got a shed out the front. Where have they put it?
Perhaps the wood store. Perhaps that's what they mean.
Oh, yes.
I'm a genius.
That's not even for us.
You're kidding.
No. It's for somewhere in Yarmouth.
That just sums today up. That literally sums today up.
It's not the 13th, is it? Because it feels like it should be Friday the 13th. Why the hell have they delivered... I've got to do the postman's job as well.
This is... Day one... Well, I mean, technically, this has been going on for 4 months. But day one proper, and, well, it's not even over yet, and all this has happened. Oh, I tell you the other thing, right? The other thing is, because we're staying in a hotel literally just for tonight, right? You know... We've then had to get a meal, so then it's been in contact with the people to be like, well, can we have our meal refunded? They're like, well, normally we wouldn't do that because you would be in self-catering accommodation. Yes, we know, but we can't get in the bloody self-catering accommodation. You know that, well, this thing that I showed you, yeah? Well, because it just gets worse, right? Couldn't obviously get that up because the toilet was in the way. But apparently, they were going to leave the toilet in situ and leave that there. But then, how are you supposed to complete the work and, how are you supposed to then redo a floor if you got this piece of crap there? So, I think we're now going to head off to Tut Hotel. Because there's nothing more we can really do here, is there?
No, we've got to deliver that parcel now and all.
Yeah, got a parcel to deliver because not even the postman's competent anymore, apparently. The world's gone to pot, it really has. So we need to go back to Diabeg.
Oh, yeah. If I could just teleport up to there right now, I would. Kick out anybody who's staying in there.
So the annoying bit as well is, by the way, in case you're wondering where Dunk is right now, he's in Scotland.
Yeah.
He's in Scotland with his 3 lads. So yeah, he's been up there for like the last week, so he's been having a whale of a time while we've been, you know,
in a living hell.
Right, so here we are in the hotel room. We went to the Brewers Fair that's on site for a meal just before 5:30ish. God, not even that went smoothly, right? It's just been one of those days. It really, really has. Because basically, right, well, you ordered it exactly 5:30 because it said on the receipt. And then half an hour later, we still hadn't even had our starter. And like, there were other people that come in after us. There were bigger groups than us, and they'd like had all their food and whatnot. In fact, I'm pretty sure even one table left before we'd got ours. You know, came in after us and then left before us. Like, you know, so we're kind of like, what's going on here? So she actually went up and spoke to them, and apparently there was a misunderstanding. Yeah, but then they brought the food out pretty much straight away after that, which is fair enough. But like, why did it? What? That literally just sums up today, doesn't it? You know, I mean, just nothing has gone smoothly. But anyways, when we did get it, the food itself was actually very, very nice. We're going to be here till about midday, and then we could get into the next lot of accommodation from about 4ish, so we'll have a couple hours to kill, but we might just go back to the house or just find somewhere just to go, just for a couple hours till we get into the next place. The code for which we've got now, because we literally didn't get that until late last night, so yeah, great.
A few moments later.
Right, so here we are at the accommodation, a place called Salty Paws. Basically, it's like this terraced house type dealio in Gorson. Mum's been sort of putting stuff away, and now she's getting a load of plants out, as you do. Yes, don't question this, alright? Oh, the parking situation as well. The parking situation is diabolical. I mean, if I just show you out here, you've got 2 rows of terraced houses, right? But only one side of the road which you can actually park on, because the other side's got double yellows. So, yeah, so we're parked on another street somewhere else. I've started putting stuff away in the wardrobe. I've brought an array of things, from thick hoodies down to denim shorts, from smart shirts and chinos through to t-shirts and joggers. I've just brought a very wide array of things so that, you know, whatever the weather's like and whatever I end up doing on a particular day, I've got a choice. Dunk will be here a bit later on. He's currently on his way back from Scotland. Right, so listen, we've unpacked most of the stuff, and we actually spent quite a bit of time then lounging out on the deck, not the porch, which I said in the previous clip. Deck. But yeah, but anyway, listen, someone has joined us. It's a dunk.
What?
So it's just been to sort of pause for a couple of days now, and I can't lie, things aren't exactly going great. Pop a light for you, there you go. So first is first, as you may or may not be able to tell, I'm kind of sort of ill. Yeah, God bless her, God, she's doing so well, dealing with and contending with all this shit, quite frankly. But yeah, listen, let me give you a rundown today. So basically, the people who are coming in to tear up the floors and remove the asbestos, they've said that we could expect them to be at the house at about 8ish tomorrow morning. However, all the kitchen and bathroom units, they're all still at the house. They haven't been taken away and put into storage, which I thought was supposed to be happening today, but apparently not. So I mean, they can still come in and do what they need to do tomorrow. However, one, it's going to take them like 3 times as long to do what they need to do, because they're going to have to keep stopping and starting to move stuff around. Secondly, in the process of doing so, they are almost certainly going to break stuff, because they are a very untrustworthy company. Yeah, we don't trust them at all, so yes, that's great. Well, the other thing is, I'm not entirely sure how they're planning on gaining access to the property, bearing in mind we're now living somewhere else at the moment, and we have all the keys with us. No one's approached us about getting keys or anything. So, yeah, so tomorrow's going to be interesting. Yeah, oh, and then the other thing is, you know, we're supposed to be out of this place on Friday. Yeah. Well, bearing in mind we're going to be heading into half-term, the amount of suitable places in the area is dropping, well, basically by the minute. So you think that the companies would be like, holiday season, I know, let's book a place and let's book a place soon. Oh no, instead, like, my mum was literally on the phone to the insurance people this morning being like, look, here's what is probably the last suitable place in the area. Could you please book this? Despite her literally basically spoon-feeding these people. Have they done it? Have they hell? So she literally about 10 minutes ago, she went on and actually booked this place herself, because otherwise we are almost certainly, we almost certainly would not have anywhere to live after Friday. So that's the situation. Alright, so it's been another couple of days. I'm still just as ill, and the house is still just as much of a mess. But we have actually made some progress, because if we come through here into the hallway and then head on into the bathroom, then as you can see, all of the flooring, including the bitumen, is up. So all of this space is now ready for drying. So it's literally now just a case of waiting for the storage people to come in, take all the kitchen stuff out, and the kitchen flooring can come up, and yeah, then the drying can start at last. Alrighty then, so it has been a week since the last clip, and well, a fair few things have happened. For starters, we've had new Wi-Fi installed at home, and as you may or may not be able to tell, we have moved house once again. Just want to say that since the last clip, we have had absolutely no work done whatsoever. Because you see, I said that the bathroom and hallway were ready for drying? Yep, well, turns out the former ain't, because underneath the bath is still a patch of asbestos-containing bitumen, which either needs to be removed or encapsulated, neither of which can happen while the bath is still in situ. So that needs to be removed. Not that the insurance company or their contractors actually seem to know about that. Yeah, oh, and to make matters worse, by the way, our case handler at the insurance company, she's gone on holiday for a few weeks. So, yeah, honestly, right, we are beyond the point of fed up. Like, this is beyond the point of ridiculous. Now, seriously, like, honestly, listening to the phone conversations today, I have no clue how on earth my mum is enduring putting up with these levels of incompetence. No one seems to know anything, no one seems to be able to do anything, no one seems to actually know how to do their job. Hello everyone from yet another place. Currently we're staying in a holiday chalet, and quite frankly it is shocking. No, to be fair, for a holiday chalet, I don't think it's that bad. But nevertheless, compared to the other places that we've stayed, and of course our own home, it does feel like we're slamming it. Oh, by the way, here's a view out my bedroom window at the back. When you come through the front door of this place, you actually enter in on the same floor as all the bedrooms. And then you have to go upstairs to the living space. And to think that the insurance company, if they had their way, that they would have shoved us in a place like this for the whole of the time it took to get the work done. And bearing in mind that we moved over our house about a month ago, it's going to be about another month before the work's done. So, yeah, there's no way that we could live in a place like this for 2 months or whatever, Nah, but for a weekend, bearing in mind that we had to move out of the other place, which actually is just down the road, just 2-minute drive down the road, if that. But bearing in mind that we had to move out of the other place on Friday, and we can't get to the next place until Monday. We kind of didn't really have much choice. We had to slum it here for the weekend, and it's doable, like I say, for the weekend, but yeah, not exactly brilliant. Also, just want to quickly show you this. This is the electric meter, and as you can see, it's pay-as-you-go type DDO. Now, it came with £10 in credits that, the owners just put in for guests, you know, so they give you sort of £10, and then after that you have to like start putting your own pound coins in. Well, bear in mind that the insurance company almost certainly aren't going to like refund us a few pound coins for electricity. So I thought, well, you know what, we're only here for a weekend, so we're going to do our absolute hardest to try and use the least amount of electricity as possible. I mean, we're always trying to use the least amount of energy anyways, you know, we're always trying to be energy efficient, but particularly or especially this weekend. Another day, another place of residence. Don't worry, this could be the last one of these for a while, alright? 4 weeks to be precise, because that's how long we're going to be in this place for. Here's a massive, great big lump of random wood. Yet another example of random wood. Yet another example of random wood is in my room. Or is it just down here? Yet another bit of random wood. Just spotted that. There's a clonking green dream catcher there. And bearing in mind that I've legit unpacked all my stuff and whatnot, I had not noticed that that was there. I didn't notice that either, actually. Yet another wooden related thing. Well, this one's kind of cool, to be fair. Look at that, it's a little chest type dealio. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, and spotted that. That thing is huge, by the way. Like, that's my hand. That's it. So, first things first, tomorrow morning, peeps are going to be coming in and disconnecting any last things that need disconnecting, including the bath, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Then in the afternoon, stuff's going to be getting taken away and put into storage. Then on Wednesday, the last of the flooring will be coming up, and as will the last of the asbestos-containing bitumen marley tile things. Yeah. And then the house will then finally be ready for drying. And then, provided the paperwork can get sorted, dryers will then be put in potentially at the end of this week, but most likely at the start of next week. And then the drying process can finally start. Right then, so we've actually just popped back to the house to collect the car. Sounds weird, no, but in case you wouldn't notice, we're in a bit of a rush to get somewhere. Anyway, by the way, one of the noises you're probably hearing is the cat, because we got Chip back. Hey, we got our cat back. Been in the cattery since since the first bit of work started. Yeah, we now got him back. And the other noise you can hear is the dryers. Yes, that's right, we officially have dryers in here. There you go, look at that. We've actually got stuff in, finally drying this place. The cat is hella confused, but it's a thing. Look at this. So yes, like I said, we are in a little bit of a hurry. I'm all suited and booted, ready to go sailing. But yeah, it's just nice to finally have the dryers in. About 5 months after we actually first contacted the insurance people. So yes, it's nice that we finally got them in. Speaking of the insurance people, actually, at the actual insurance company itself, we've got a new case handler apparently, because the previous one went on holiday. I might have mentioned it, and yeah. She's supposed to be back like any day now, but we've just been told that we have a new case handler. And they actually got in contact with Mum a little earlier today, so progress. For a start, they've actually got in contact with us without us having to chase anything up or like us try and contact them. So yeah, that's a huge thing in itself. But yeah, but no, listen, drying process, the guy predicts it'll take about 4 weeks. I'm hoping now that we have actually finally got some nice summer weather, hoping that it will be a bit less than that, because yeah, because it's actually decently warm. I wore shorts today, the legs were out. You know it's summer when my legs are out. But yeah, but anyways, like I say, drying process take about 4 weeks. It'll just be a case of screen the floor, new flooring down, and then refitting, so getting all the sort of kitchen stuff back in situ. So yeah, good stuff. Making good progress in fact. Yes. And yeah, the setup is quite, it's quite something to behold, I can't lie. Hey, boy. Hey. It's nice to have you back, Chippy. Like I said, he was in a cattery for, well, quite a few weeks. Oh, family photo. Anyway, yeah, oh, he's off as well. I'll just tell you then. Yeah, he was in a cattery for quite a while, but the cattery couldn't take him any longer, so he's had to come back to the house. The new accommodation place we're at literally just down the road, so we can easily walk back to come and feed him and fuss him and all the rest of it. So yeah, so that's not too bad. But yeah, we've got another like 2.5 weeks there, and we've got to move out again. Scary stuff. Now, you're probably thinking, bloody hell, all that drying equipment, that's going to get through shed loads of electricity over the next few weeks. Oh yes it is. But the dehumidifiers, which make up the majority of the units in there, they have like special meters on them to record how much electricity they've used, and then the guy will make a note of that, send it off to the insurance people, then we will get the money back for that. So yeah, so that's a little win. Things do seem to be going positively now, thankfully. Hello, so another quick one for you. The dryers have gone. Look at this. Look at this. The dryers are officially gone. The house is officially dried out to the extent in which it needs to be, which now means that we're well over halfway through the whole process now. It means that we can get the floors screeded, get flooring down, get units back in, and hopefully soon we will actually be able to move back into our house. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. It's been like 2 weeks. We thought the guy said it was going to take about 4 weeks, it's taken 2 weeks, but because the dryers have been running continuously, whereas other clients he has, who will actually be living in their houses while the drying process is going on, they would have the dryers going all the time, because obviously that do your head in. Whereas here, we've been here, dryers have been on 24/7, and so it's done like, you said something like 290 something hours.
About 294 hours solid, because
yeah,
they turn them off.
Exactly, so that has dried the place out completely. So yeah. Hello everyone, and yes, that's the thing. Hello everyone, and yes, we have moved yet again. However, we've actually come back to one of the places that we have stayed before. We've had new Wi-Fi installed at home, and as you may or may not be able to tell, we have moved house once again. Boy oh boy, have I got a lot of updating to do, because so much has happened in this last week. Starting off on Tuesday then, we had flooring people come in and put down this. And then the following day, they came back and screeded over the top of it, ready for the new flooring to go down. And so now, literally all that's left to do is get the units back to the house, get them refitted, and then lay the new flooring. If only it was that simple. Because, you see, basically, the insurance company and their main contractor, they kind of sort of didn't plan ahead. They kind of sort of didn't think about the next stage. And so they haven't actually organised for the units to be put back in. Yeah. And apparently, they've got a lead time of 4 to 6 bloody weeks. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, and just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, to my knowledge, the actual units are getting deposited back at the house within the next week or so. Yeah, so the storage people, I'm pretty sure, are dumping the units at the house within the next week or so, but they're not actually going to be refitted then for another, 4 weeks after that. Honestly, you can't make this shit up. Seriously, it's... the incompetence, it's unbelievable. And it's a bit of a shame, really, because, at the start of the week, we were making such good progress, to the point where we could have actually been back in our house within, a week or so. Whereas now, it's going to be a month or so. Just because people didn't think, okay, things are going well. Let's look ahead, let's actually, let's forward plan, let's forward think, let's do all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and actually, to be honest with you, all the things have gone quickly, including all the stuff that's happened this week in regards to the flooring. It's my mum you got to thank for that, not the companies, not the companies that are paid to do this sort of stuff, not the companies that are professionally trained to do it. It's my mum. My mum's organised all of that. She's absolutely amazing. Genuinely, would probably still be in the house if it weren't for her. Like, nothing would have been done. She's the one who's running this. Like, because the incompetence of companies is actually, it's beggars belief. Yeah, but no, listen. Bit of good news then, however, to end off the week. Found out first thing this morning that we're actually going to be able to stay on at this place until the 26th of August, which should be around about the same date that the house should finally be finished. And so, keeping everything crossed here, in theory, we won't actually have to move to another accommodation place. This will be the last place that we have to stay before we can then move into our house, which will be, it'll be amazing. It'll be so nice to be back in our house. It's been bloody ages. It really has. Yeah, we just want to go home. That's all we've wanted right from the start, just for our house to be sorted and just for us to be able to go back. But yeah, at least, to be fair, at least this place that we're staying in at the moment is actually our favourite place out of all of them. However, the last place, it had a couple of issues. You see, it's a bit of an older property. With older properties comes character, which of course we very much like. However, with older properties comes issues as well. The biggest one of which is that, the irony here, funnily enough, the shower leaked. Yeah, and basically, whenever we showered, water would seep through the floor, run down the wall in the kitchen, and into a light switch. And obviously, water and electricity do not mix. So, yeah, that was a bit dangerous, actually. I mean, one night my mum came into the kitchen and she sort of looked up at the kitchen lights. They're all sort of like flickering and doing weird-ass things. So, yeah, so that was not great. And so we couldn't actually use the shower for the last few days. We use the bath instead, alright? Everything goes several days without washing, okay? But yeah, we just had to use the bath instead. Alrighty then, so a non-house related thing to tell you now. Well, actually two things. First of all, the beard's gone. But the main thing I want to tell you about is this. When I woke up this morning and opened the curtains and looked out, as you do, check out what I found on the driveway. I found a random white Kia. Now, I don't know who it belongs to, nor does my mum. In actual fact, she came back from shopping not too long ago, was expecting to park on the drive, as you do, unload the shopping, blah-de-blah-de-blah. But instead, you said to park like half a mile down the road, because outside of this place, as you can see, the road's not very wide, you've got single white lines and everything. So she had to park way down the road and carry her shopping all the way back, bless her. Because there's this random white Kia parked on the drive. And so she can't get on the drive, because as you can see, my car's on the drive as well. And this is actually the first clip I've done for this documentary since I've had a car. But yeah, little Ian the Ignis is sat on the driveway there as well. And actually, that just makes it 10 times weirder, because my car's parked there, so surely they know that someone's here, and yet instead they've still decided to park on the drive. So as you can see, my mum's got a bit creative with a wheelie bin. She is actually out there as well. She was weeding the drive. She's now playing around on her phone, but she was weeding the drive. See, it's not even our driveway, and she's out there weeding it, making it look nice. This woman is incredible. My mum was, well, not interrogating, but she was talking to neighbours to the other side of us, and they were saying, no, they've never seen that particular car before. So, yeah, so don't have a clue.
A few moments later.
Okay, so, as it turns out, that car actually belonged to some people that were visiting the people that live next to where we're staying. And, well, said people that live next to the place we're staying, they do have permission to, on occasions, park on that driveway. However, the owner of the property that we're staying at had no clue about these other visitors that were parked on the drive. Yeah, but no, listen, it's all been resolved now, and as you can maybe tell, I'm actually back at our actual house now, and as you can see, all of our furniture, all of our units are back at our house. And if I go into the bathroom, hello cat, then as you can see, we've got a bath back, although obviously nothing Yes, obviously nothing is connected yet. And as for when it will be connected, God knows. Had someone come round who basically ticked to approve the scope of works for, you know, stuff needed to go back in. That's literally all we've really had, and he came round over a week ago now. Still haven't heard anything else since. So, yeah, and at this point we've got about 3 weeks left at the place we're staying at in California before we are then homeless.